Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall for Thursday, the 20th of March 2025. In today's Millwall news, we're going to start out with the latest Sky TV EFL selections. Every Thursday now, this is the thing that they're doing. They're giving us the TV selections for 4 weeks in advance. Isn't that so very nice of them? Fantastic stuff. So yeah, this is from EFL.com. See the latest EFL TV selections. I don't mind if I do. It just happens to be that this set of TV selections in 4 weeks' time is for Easter holidays, Easter weekend. So the latest broadcast selections have been confirmed for upcoming EFL fixtures across the Easter weekend. Future broadcast selections are now made on a weekly basis for the rest of the season. As part of this selection of fixtures moved for broadcast, ITV will broadcast the Sky Bet Championship match between Burnley and Sheffield United on Monday the 21st of April, airing on ITV1, etc, etc, etc. This continues the agreement with Sky Sports and the EFL to give all UK football fans a chance to watch free-to-air TV coverage. Now, basically, before we get to, obviously, no Millwall games have been selected, so let's get that off the bat. All fixtures scheduled for Good Friday, 17th of April, and Easter Monday, 21st of April, will be broadcast on an existing Sky Sports channel, as above, or available to watch on Sky Sports Plus. Exactly, because they're outside of the Saturday 3 o'clock, the sacred Saturday at 3 o'clock. It's on Friday at 3 o'clock and it's on Monday at 3 o'clock, so they can all be shown on Sky Sports Plus. But obviously, Sky Sports Plus is a streaming platform. It goes through your Wi-Fi. Some people, they don't get their Sky through Wi-Fi, so they rely on these TV channels. So this group of selections are for the TV channels, and it looks like it's literally just Sky Sports Football. I guess they must have a lot of other stuff going on, because usually it's like Sky Sports main event and stuff, but just literally Sky Sports Football. They have moved the game to Thursday, but like I said, none of these games are Millwall games, so do we really care? Not really. As you can see, Friday, they're going big on Good Friday. They're going big. They got a 12:30 kickoff, a 3 o'clock kickoff, a 5:30 kickoff, and an 8 o'clock kickoff. And then on Monday, they've got a 12:30, a 3 o'clock, and a 5:30. No 8 o'clock kickoff, thank God. But there you go. So that's what these are the ones that have been moved. Ours haven't been moved, but they will be on Sky Sports Plus as part of the TV agreement. And as we go, we can look at the fixtures at the moment. So obviously we've got Sunderland next up in 8 days, 16 hours, 58 minutes and 30 seconds time. These games are set. So Portsmouth is set, Sheffield United is set, Middlesbrough is set, Blackburn Rovers is set, and Norwich City is set. The games that could still be moved, there's only 2 games that could still be moved. Well, no, this has already been moved. So it's literally just one more game that can still be moved. This has already been moved to 12:30 kickoff, although we knew they were going to do that anyway. So I don't know why they didn't announce it earlier. They announced it 2 weeks ago. But it's literally, we're down to one game that could be moved. So it's this game, Saturday the 26th of April. And obviously, if they do move it, they're going to move it to 12:30. All of our games have been moved to 12:30. We haven't had any other games moved to any other time slot. So I would imagine, like, if you're probably coming in from abroad, this would be a good week. You get to see 2 games in a week if you're coming for Easter weekend. Obviously, you probably could go to the Blackburn Rovers game, but obviously you got big game at home, Norwich City on Monday. And then you've got Swansea at the Den, which could be a bit feisty, depending if they bring people. I don't think they will, because I think they're well out of the relegation places now, so I think it really matters for them, really. So 2 games in a week there, Monday and Saturday. So yeah, just down to the 1 game left to go in terms of being moved for TV selection. So, moving on to this from southernnews.co.uk, some squad news. Millwall lone striker's future unclear as Middlesbrough boss holds off on decision. Middlesbrough boss Michael Carrick insists no decision will be made on lonely striker Josh Coburn's future until the end of the season. Coburn joined Millwall on loan last summer and has had a stop-start campaign so far, with the 22-year-old scoring some important goals but missing large parts of the season due to 2 different injuries. He was sidelined for a month with a half with a calf injury sustained in mid-September, and then for 11 weeks with a broken metatarsal suffered in the Lions' 1-1 draw with Oxford United on November the 30th. As a result, Coburn has only made 14 appearances so far this season, scoring 4 goals. Millwall head coach Alex Neil made it clear after the Lions' 2-1 win against Watford on March the 8th, in which Coburn scored a late winner, that the club wanted to keep the striker permanently, and Coburn said he was enjoying his time in South London. When asked about Coburn's situation and whether he might have a future at Borough, Carrick told Teesside Live, "Josh is doing well since he come back. It's had a stop-start season, so it's good to see him doing well and scoring goals. He scored some important goals for them. He's there until the end of the season, and that's as far as it is at this stage. There's not much for me to decide on at this stage. Anything can happen in football. Until something is decided or finished, is done. It's ongoing. Everything is. That doesn't change for Josh or anybody else. Sometimes you might not be the team here, and then all of a sudden you get an opening and it all changes, and there's never anything that's all said and done until it's all signed off." Well, okay. So they've got the thing from Teesside Live they're quoting. I've got this pulled up from the 72.co.uk. Michael Carrick addresses future Middlesbrough striker amid Championship rivals' permanent transfer interest. And again, it's pretty much what we've just read, but I think there might be a little bit more, so we're going to go through it. Middlesbrough sanctioned a loan exit for young striker Josh Coburn last summer. Borough sent a 22-year-old to Championship rivals Millwall for the season. The move was with a view to give him game time away from the Riverside, and when available, Coburn has just got that. However, injuries hampered his minutes with 2 extended spells on the sidelines, limiting him to just 14 appearances. Despite this, Millwall were keen on striking a permanent deal for the Riverside loan in January. Such a move didn't come to fruition, but a goal-scoring return to the side in recent weeks, and the nearing end of the season has seen questions re-emerge. As quoted by the Northern Echo, the Borough chief spoke happily about Coburn's return to the side, but as for his future, Carrick refused to be drawn and said the subject will come to the fore this summer. "Oh, Josh is doing well since he came back," the Middlesbrough said. "He's had a stop-start season, so it's good to see him doing well and scoring goals. He scored some important goals for them. He's there until the end of the season. That's as far as it stands. At this stage, there's not much for me to decide on at this stage. Anything can happen in football." Yeah, it's the same quote, so yeah. A future at Borough at 22, Coburn has already played 56 times for Middlesbrough first team. Many of those outings came as a substitute, so his tally of 12 goals and 2 assists is a respectable one for a player on the up. Looking to the summer, Borough will likely need a new striker. Tom Conway may be back to take the starting berth after Laissau, but loan man Iheanacho has struggled to make an impact. It's hard to see him being signed permanently. That opens a slot for a new signing to take a spot, or returning loanee Coburn could stake a claim for a place over pre-season. If he doesn't get that chance, though, a permanent exit from the Riverside could be for the best, and Millwall may well swoop. Coburn will be out to end the disruptive season on high with Millwall. He was played in the last 6 Championship games, scoring 2 goals in 2 wins and playing a full 90 minutes against Stoke City last time out. The striker has competition for the starting spot with the Lions, but he'll be eager to end the season on high to leave his stock in a good place going into the summer. Middlesbrough will be hoping to see their academy graduate hit some good form over the coming weeks too, while they cling on to the hopes of earning a playoff spot. Well, I don't think he's going back because I don't think they like him. I don't think they rate him. They've decided, he's 22. So they've decided, push comes to shove, is he in or is he out? And I think they've decided, he's out. And that they want him, that's why he was loaned out. They could have kept him in the squad and just played him here and there. So it wasn't about them getting loan time. I think they just decided, I think we should probably move on. So there you go. So if they say that, we want him to come back, it's clearly not true. They're just trying to pump up the price. So, or maybe engage a bidding war. I don't know if anyone else is interested in. Maybe someone in Yorkshire. Is anyone who's coming up? Birmingham. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But, yeah. Now, there is a game tomorrow. Millwall under 21s. It's being played at the training ground at Calmont Road. And, the reason for that is so, I believe, a number of first-team players could feature, including Ryan Leonard coming back from injury. Nice to see. So Alex Neil told us that the other day. So this is from millfc.co.uk. Mill's under 21s host Bristol City in the Professional Development League on Friday afternoon. Kick-off at 2 p.m. Kevin Nugent's side are back on home soil for their second game this week, looking to bounce back after Tuesday night's disappointing finale at Ipswich Town, in which the Lions drew 3-3. Following the point at Portman Road, Mill will sit third in the South Division, a point behind second place Charlton Athletic, with a game in hand, because obviously they lost on the same day. Updates are going to be on the Millwall Academy Twitter page, X page, whatever you call it. And obviously, it'll be mentioned in yesterday's video, I'm sure, because what else am I going to talk about? It's the international break, although there's quite a lot to talk about today. And while we're talking about the under-21s fixtures, if we just... So I told you about this in advance, obviously I should tell you now, that the game away at Colchester United that was set to be 7 p.m. next Tuesday the 25th, has had its kick-off time changed. Obviously, could change even further. That might even be postponed, but at the moment, it's set to be played at Wallace Binder, which is the name of Malden and Tiptree's ground. So that's where it's going to be played. So if it's going to be played at a non-league ground, that means you can go and attend. You can spend a small sum, I think it's maybe like £3 or £5, and you can watch the game live at 1 p.m. in Malden and Tiptree. And if the weather stays like it is next Tuesday, it'll be lovely weather to watch a football game. I'm not sure about playing in a football game, but certainly watching a football game on the Essex Estuary coast. Certainly. So yeah, that's set to happen next Tuesday. And talking of the under-21s, we have Sha'mar Lawson. He's gone out on loan again. He joined Woking on loan. So Millwall under-21s midfielder Sha'mar Lawson has joined Woking on loan for the rest of the 24-25 season. Lawson, who spent a period at Ipswich United earlier in the campaign, will now finish the year with Vanarama National League side, a place where Chinockley also currently resides. So there's two of them. The midfield will hope to go straight into the card squad for Saturday's league fixture away at Wealdstone. Keep up to date with Sha'mar's progress as well as the other Lions loanees in millfc.co.uk's weekly Loan Watch feature, which we feature on this channel. Now, I believe that this is an exit loan. I think they've told him, that he's probably not going to get a contract at the end of the season. I don't know anything. I'm just guessing, because this is how it kind of goes. In that, I think he's 21 years old now, and it's under 21s. Although they do have overage players playing for the under 21s, that's basically first team players that are out of, sitting on the bench. He has been named on the bench a couple of times. Not really pushed on further than that. So hasn't pushed on. 21 years old. I think whether Woking, this is like a trial to see whether they want to sign him in the summer. We'll see, but all you can do is go and play. Go to where you can play week in and week out, and do what you can do, and hopefully that works out for you. So good luck there. Although I think they are, I believe, at the top end of the table, so I think they are, doing quite well. I think they're trying to get into the playoff places, so that's good. Because normally when we loan these players out to the conference teams, like they're teams that are struggling for relegation, like Dover, Dartford, etc. It's not teams that ain't in the best of shape. So hopefully, when you're playing in a better team, it'll give you a chance to shine. Now, moving on to this, also from millfc.co.uk, the match-worn Millwall Community Day shirts are up for auction. So, match-worn shirts for Millwall's game against Stoke City are up for auction with match-worn shirt. Supporters can bid on the shirts worn by the start at 11 from the fixture against the Potters, with bidding now open. With Mihailo Ivanovic's match-winning shirt up for grabs, plus tops from the like of Jafet Tanganga, Reece Bangor Williams, and more. Don't delay. Auctions close on Saturday, the 29th of March. So we go again with these auctions. And funnily enough, I believe this is the first auction that they got from a game that we actually won. We have actually won the game and that has done a decent thing for the bidding on the shirt. Although, you know, we got this other auction still going from the Leeds game, but you know, there's 1 day left on that, and you can see it's £122 is the most, and that's for Ivanovic's shirt. But I think part of that might be because it's the green shirt, and I don't think the green shirt's that popular, to be honest. Obviously, of course it's as well as because we lost the game. So then we go down to this, a game that we've won. It's got 9 days left, and the bids are already higher than this one, 207. But this is a home shirt, you know, the retro fusion, or whatever they called it at the start of the season. So there you go. We've got Ivanovic leading the way again, £207. Tanganga 121. Rahis Bangor Williams 112, and then Jake Cooper 79. So 9 days left to go on that match worn shirts. Why not? Why not indeed? Now I have to report Scotland won today. This is from bbc.co.uk. Scotland won 1-0 in their first leg of their playoff. They've still got to play Greece again. Nisbet did not start, as you can see. No surprise there. He was named on the bench, but he did not come on. So, just letting you know that, because obviously international break, Millwall players, those on loan, are playing in the international fixtures. And when they are featured, I will let you know. Tomorrow, I believe all the under-21 players will be playing. Bangor Williams will be playing. Daniel Kelly will be playing. Ivanovic will be playing. Well, their teams will be playing. Hopefully, they'll be involved and they'll get through it without getting injured. So, there you go. Now, we are going to end the video by talking about money. Money. This is from the community tab on YouTube channel, The Daily Mill. I don't know if you heard of it. You're watching it right now. Hello. This video here, I shared a post. Why Mill took a sponsor to court. Now, this video has been popping up in recommended feeds here and there. And I watched it. You know, it's a 6-minute, 23-minute video. If you haven't seen it, it's someone basically narrating a script of basically summarising what happened between Mill and Huski. And they narrate it, and the video is on a white background. As he's talking, the cartoons get drawn and show up. It's one of those videos. And it basically summarises the whole situation that went on, and just reminded me to like, well, what happened there? We did take them to court, but what happened? Well, don't really know. So we have this here. So I believe we first got news that we were taking them to court from, I think it was City AM, and it was in December or November 2023. And now we've got this, and this is dated May 29, 2024. And it's Millwall Football Club, represented by Erwin Mitchell, filing against Chocky AB, who are the parent company of Huski Chocolate, and Val Latina AB, who own Chocky AB, I believe, or they have a controlling interest. And this was heard at the London Circuit Commercial Court, Part 7 claim, General Commercial Contracts and Arrangements. Okay, and it says case concluded, but you know, nothing, I can't click on it, nothing's popping up. The only thing you can click on is that timeline, and it says judgments, filings, hearings. It was filed on the 29th of May 2024, and it says over here, last case activity 30th of August 2024, and it says case concluded. So what happened? Did we get any money? Did we settle out of court? Did they? I don't know if they managed to get any money, but there have been developments, and we are not the only ones. So I've got a couple of stories. I've got this one. This is from the-race.com, and it's about McLaren, because Huski went into sponsoring Indy racing and F1. So we're going to read this. The bizarre missing F1 sponsor money McLaren will probably never get. McLaren is unlikely to receive a missing seven-figure sum from an ex-Formula 1 sponsor with a controversial history. Swedish company Huski Chocolate first appeared on the rear wing of the McLarens in 2019 in a sponsorship deal that spanned 3 seasons, and its branding has not been featured on McLaren's cars since 2021. According to court documents seen by the race, a €4.66 million deal was never fully satisfied and is now considered unlikely to ever be resolved, as Huski's parent company, Choki AB, entered bankruptcy at the end of January this year. I believe that this is from 2025. I think this is from a couple of weeks ago, or the 11th of March. That financial situation is effectively the conclusion of a bizarre saga, including the Swedish company being sued by one of its own shareholders, coming into conflict with various entities it had sponsored agreements with, and falling into millions of pounds of debt. Huski, primarily a hot chocolate brand for alpine ski resorts, has been associated with various sporting entities in recent years. Its branding also appeared on Sauber's F1 car in 2019, with the F1 team owned by Finn Rausing, the Swedish billionaire with close ties to Marcus Ericsson, who ran in Huski's red and white colours for 4 years at Chip Ganassi Racing's IndyCar team. Pictured below, I believe. Huski also sponsored football teams in Sweden and abroad. Well, you can't say Millwall. Like, put Millwall in your story, I'll get you more clicks. I don't know if you know that. With one of Stockholm's biggest clubs, Hammarby, taking legal action like McLaren to try and claim missing payments. Parent company Choki's most recent annual report seen by the race confirmed a net loss of 79 million Swedish krona. Wow, 79 million. But it's around £6 million in 2023 alone, and admitted that the board has worked on winding down the operations, and during this process several conflicts have arisen with sponsors and sponsorship agreements. Its 2022 accounts also confirmed that it was involved in an ongoing dispute with its partner in the USA, known to be ex-NASCAR backmarker and one-time IndyCar starter Stanton Barrett, who became a minority owner in Huski America, and Choki itself then took legal action against him to successfully overturn a forced dilution of his stake. Choki AB entering bankruptcy this year was a formality after last year's declarations, but it still means McLaren's multi-year pursuit of its missing money is set to end without success. Now here's the thing. Payment was owed to McLaren by December 1st, 2021, but more than €1.1 million was still unpaid as of May 2023. Now here's the thing. Is that what happened to us? Is that what happened to us? Were we due money in 2021? Because we only went after them at the end of 2023. So how long was it for Millwall? So they waited, December 1st? So what's that? Like a year, so 12 months, 5 months, 15, carried a 1, so 18 months. So that kind of makes sense, 18 months, a year and a half. So McLaren waited 18 months before they, went after them in the courts. This prompted the start of lengthy legal action by McLaren against the companies behind Huski, Choki AB and its guarantor Latena AB, a real estate company which opted not to engage or respond to communication at various junctures. So yeah, this is a weird, so Choki AB, and then they've got this company as a guarantor. So did they own them, or how does that work? Why are you guaranteeing their debts? and then like you're not responding to communication. Despite the risk of a default judgment in McLaren's favour, Val failed to submit either a confirmation or service of a statement of defence within the specified deadline. Just over 12 months after the original lawsuit was filed, the High Court of Justice in the UK to rule in May 2024 that McLaren was still owed two amounts, €1,250,910 euros and 30 cents and £81,884 and 66 pence. McLaren wrote to Chocky on August the 9th, 2024, demanding payment according to that judgment no later than August the 23rd, but received no response. McLaren wrote to Val on October the 17th, but the debt remained unsettled. So if we go back to Mill's situation, so they wrote to them in August demanding payment no later than August 23. So it says here last case activity 30th of August 2024. Okay. Lawyers in Sweden acting on McLaren's behalf therefore requested that the Stockholm District Court ruled the UK decision be enforceable in Sweden and to obligate Val to compensate McLaren for the additional costs incurred. According to documents submitted by McLaren's representation, the team has repeatedly and over a long period of time demanded payment of the unpaid debt, but neither Chocky nor Val responded despite several reminders. This was agreed to, but still neither McLaren or its representatives received responses from Chocky or Valentena, and the costs remain unsettled, with Chocky now in bankruptcy and millions of pounds in debt overall. McLaren starts the 2025 season this weekend at the Australian Grand Prix as favourite after winning the Constructors' Championship last year and impressing most during pre-season testing. So there you go. Did we wait 2 years like they waited 2 years? When did the Husky stop paying? 2021? 2022? Interesting. So now we've got this. This is from breakit.se. It's a Swedish website. It's been automatically translated by Microsoft Edge browser, so if it don't make sense, don't blame me. They've got this summary of what's been going on. And this is dated the 3rd of February 2025, and that was put together after they filed for bankruptcy. I think they went into bankruptcy in January 2025, so just this year they've done that, which is interesting. That they've got all these claims against them. They don't even answer anybody's judgments, letters, whatever, filings, whatever. They ignore all that, but then they go to the court and say, we're bankrupt. The story of a scandal-ridden chocolate company, Huski, is nearing its definitive end. The parent company, Chocky AB, has gone bankrupt. And this is from Martin Havner of breakit.se. Out of nowhere, Huski suddenly appeared everywhere a few years ago on Hammarby's football shirts, on Formula One cars, and not least in the Swedish mountains, where frozen skiers drank chocolate from red mugs with the brand on them. But while the company spent hundreds of millions on sponsorship and expansions, revenues were modest. During the financial year that ended in the summer of 2022, the owner, Chocky AB, had a turnover of just under Swedish krona 4 million. The loss was Swedish krona 114 million the same year. Wow. And as we know, I just told you about 72 million krona is like 6 million. So they had turnover of 4 million crowns. So what the hell is that in real money, British money? It was like 500k? Probably less than that. But they had debts of 114 million crowns. So that would be 12 million then, yeah? The company, like many others, has been hit very hard by the world situation. COVID, I guess. Chocky AB wrote in the annual report, adding that the company was in dispute with its partner in the United States, which we heard about in the other story. The latest annual report submitted to the Swedish company's registration office, I wonder if that's online, relates to the extended financial year July 2022 to December 2023. During this period, sales amounted to 7 million kroners and the loss to 79 million kroners. During the financial year, the board has worked to wind down the business. During this process, several conflicts have arisen with sponsors and the sponsorship agreement, says the document that Breakit has requested. At the end of last week, Choki AB went bankrupt, Breakit can reveal. The bankruptcy has preceded by a long period of controversy, lawsuits and black headlines. In the spring of 2024, the subsidiary Choki Sweden AB went bankrupt. Okay, so this is a different company. So Choki Sweden AB went bankrupt in the beginning of 2024, and the main company, Choki AB, went bankrupt in January 2025. The Choki companies have mostly been owned and financed by the real estate company Valletena, which in turn has been controlled by a shady financier, Mikael Henderson. Valletena, which has owned several properties at the most expensive addresses in Stockholm, so I would imagine equivalent to like Mayfair in London, has in turn been in a reconstruction process since February 2024. Is that it? That's it. So there you go. What will we ever know what's gone on here? Will we ever know? I don't know. Did we ever get our money? It says the case has been concluded, but I imagine going by this story, that where is it? So it says here, just over 12 months after the original lawsuit was filed, the High Court of Justice in the UK ruled that McLaren was still owed two amounts. So I imagine what this was, that Millwall went to the court in the UK, gave them all the documents and said, this company owes us this amount of money, and then the court said, we agree, they do owe you that money, and this is a stamped thing saying, yes, this is true, go and get them. And I guess that's what's concluded, is that they've established that the debt exists, and it's outstanding. So I guess that's what they went to court for. Now, did they? It sounds like if they weren't responding to anybody's letters, even, that they certainly probably didn't give Millwall any money. They didn't settle anything, and now they've gone bust. So I don't know how the crediting system goes in Sweden. Do they have, was it administration and all that? Will we get the 10 pence in the pound? Do they have any assets? What do they have? They have nothing. They don't have, they have some vending machines in ski resorts. How much is that going to bring in? Not much. So very, very weird saga yet again for Millwall in terms of financial deals. We had Euro Ferries, the coach company that didn't have any coaches. We got Huski Chocolate that made chocolate that no one could actually buy, and it's all very weird, isn't it? It's all very weird, but there you go. And on that note, thank you for watching, and goodbye.